Yes. Now I will go to the 11 dimensions. Now I will explain about length and breadth. This is the space where many of the inanimate objects exist. Understand? Like a stones. Many of them don't have their own cognition, but they have length and breadth. It is more like a tala. We call it stavara jangama. The stavara jangama, those things who do not have their own depth cognition, but have existence in length and breadth. I'll give you more example. Next is length and depth. This length and depth example, the best example is Ramanujam. Amazing logic mathematician, amazing depth, but does not know how he came to that conclusion. How many of you read Ramanujam's? Whenever you ask him, how do you know the answer? He will say, Mukkur Mahalakshmi told me. There is a Cholinganallur, there is a place which is Kuladevata of Ramanujam. That Devi is called Mukkur Mahalakshmi. It seems the whole universe she shared as some 3-part and gave it to Brahma Vishnu Rudras. Because she made Mukkuru, she is called Mukkur Mahalakshmi. Means she is the Adi Shakti. So that Mukkur Mahalakshmi told me. That's what he will tell. If you read Ramanujam's biography, means the depth of him is the Mukkur Mahalakshmi, length of him is the Ramanujam, but no breadth. So he cannot know the steps through which he arrived to the conclusion. How many of you are catching what I am saying? Length and depth, but no breadth. There is level of beings exists in that. After finishing, I'll give you more practical utility. Then time and space, I should say. The example for time and space, all the Akashic records are stored in this time and space, which does not have length or breadth. That is why they do not get destroyed. They stay forever. You can have access to it. I'll explain. Understand this example. The villagers, after the harvesting, the farmers will keep little grain for seed for the next agriculture season. Same way, the universe keeps all the knowledge without getting destroyed in the time and space archives. Anybody who can access to time and space and bring it out to the length, breadth, depth is called Rishi. Time and space is the storage archives. Anybody who can get in and bring them out, you may think, what is the utility value of this for me? It has a utility value for you. When you manifest more and more powers, you will be able to get into the space of Akashic reading. You can every morning do Akashic reading and decide your date. It means your day. You can decide your day after reading Akashic readings, not after reading newspapers. You can just open and sit with your mirror and plan for your day after reading Akashic records. It is possible. Not only it is possible, I will make it possible for you guys. Whenever you get into the time and space without the incompletions and load of length and breadth and depth in you, you will have access to the cosmic archives. See, what's your length? Your logic. The moment you remember, you are so sick of it. What's your breadth? All the emotional sufferings you went through. The moment you remember, you are burning about it. What's your depth? Cognizing all this again and again and again and not able to forget all this. How many of you click with what I am saying? Moving away from this for a few minutes and having access to time and space opens up the cosmic archives to you. In this whole Kundalini awakening and this mandala process, that is what I am looking at. That is what I am trying to do. Awakening your Kundalini and making your old you as irrelevant to you. Listen, this is one thing I have to ask you, very important. In last 15 days program, how many of you feel much of your old, when you came, the identity you had, much of them are suddenly looking irrelevant and redundant? This is my success. I am very happy about it. Understand? Yogis help you to complete. Shivites make it redundant. Making it redundant, irrelevant. I tell you, all problems can be solved 100% only by making the problem creator redundant and irrelevant. Never by one. If you solve one, that fellow will create another 10 because he is professional. No, really. Try to convince yourself that you are going to have life without problems and difficulties. No, how can that be? I will create. I need entertainment. So that part need to become redundant, irrelevant. I am making much of that into redundant and irrelevant. That happens. When that happens, you get access to this time and space component. Next, length, breadth, depth, time, space. Actually, this is the space I am operating. I can play with all the 5. You will see me in Samadhi as Sadashiva walking around and questioning the LED screen, guys, why the screen is not projected properly. And drilling the balasans, why the mantra volume was not loud. You always think if you are in Samadhi, you can't do this. If you are doing this, you will not fall into Samadhi. How many of you have that belief? Which is wrong. I am telling you it is wrong. Sometimes people even think, he's adjusting the jewelry, he's questioning the balasant. What kind of Samadhi he is in? I am giving the eye signal to the Trikailaya Vadyam guy that he is not beating properly. And I will be walking in the front and telling the umbrella guy backside, hey, it's not straight, straighten it. Understand? Samadhi is not exclusive. It is inclusive. Samadhi and micromanagement are not exclusive, it is inclusive. Micromanaging your thoughts is Samadhi. Micromanaging your actions is efficiency. Micromanaging what is happening inside is Samadhi. Micromanaging what is happening outside is efficiency. Both are not exclusive. Both have one quality, micromanaging. But people always think only if you macromanage, you are a great guy. Even the macrocosm micromanages, understand? Even the macrocosm micromanages. There's no such thing as macromanaging. I think many are in samadhi, very good samadhi. I am talking and I am seeing a very flat response.
Nithyanandam, can we all just quickly stand up and stretch? 2 minutes music. Just 2 minutes quick stretch. Okay, so a few minutes quick stretch. Please stand up and raise your hands as if you're touching the ceiling. Please stretch. Stretch, stretch. More, some more. And bend down.
Yes, please settle down. Now can I hope very active participation? ஓ முறுக்கு சமாதி. முறுக்கிலிருந்து உடல் முறுக்க முறுக்கு முறுக்காய் முறுக்கி வெளியேறும். Listen. operating from length, breadth, depth, time, space, is like a complete existence. I'll explain this further, and then when I compare and give you examples, you will get a lot of understanding. During question answer also, I'll break a lot of things clear. Next is this length, time and space. Understand, in this only, it's like sometime our Balasans, when they read Akashic records, they read only in words. You access time and space and download the whole thing into length. Like you go to the browsing center and download Word documents. Next, breadth, time and space is, you go to the browsing center and download HD photographs. From the cosmic archives, you can download the high resolution visuals, like whatever has happened, that videos. This is the space of that. I should also say, the Swarga is placed in this breath time space. The breath time space does not have any suffering. It has no suffering. It's a very powerful, joyful space, but you can't get enlightened there. For enlightenment, you have to come down this length, breadth, depth. This depth, time, space. Listen, this depth, time, space. From time, space, you get only higher cognitions. You would have heard a lot of stories. Suddenly, saints getting sudden enlightenment. Like Arunagirinathar, suddenly he became enlightened. Valmiki, suddenly he became enlightened. All this sudden enlightenment happens in the space of time, space, hitting at the depth. So the whole cognition changes. And next, this length, breadth, time, space, no depth. No depth, only length, breadth, time, space. This is the space all the great artworks are performed, like extraordinary artworks. But it will not be connected to divine. It will not be connected to the eternal life theories, truths. It will be an amazing love poem, but about the human level. It will be an amazing painting, just a human level. Ephemeral, not eternal. Next, pure space. I should say, when I awaken your Kundalini, how many of you can feel actually something flowering in your body distinctly? That if you catch what is the distinctly happening is a space. Now put your questions on all these 11. When I explain, I'll give you more and more understanding, detail. I'll peel it layer by layer. Come on. Project all the 11 dimensions. And now please pick up the mic and ask whatever you want to ask. Then I'll give you more detailed understandings and then lead you to more experiences.